Hello and welcome to another video. So in today's video, we are going to be having a look at environment. Okay, and how having a clean space and a clean environment will translate into us becoming more successful and having more success in our life. So we have two types of environments. First one, we have physical environments, and the second one, we have a digital environment. Okay, so obviously with number one, it's everything around us. Okay, it's our desk. Okay, our lounge. Okay, you get the point. Kitchen. Okay, let's just move this down. Okay, and our digital environment is everything from our PC. Okay, we can have a laptop. Okay, we can have a phone, we can have tablets, okay, anything really digital. And you can't just prime one of these things and not prime the other one for success. And where I see a lot of people go wrong over here is the environment is full of a lot of distractions, okay? But not only that, the environment is usually an indication of like what's going on in the head, right? So if I want to know that a person has really clear thinking, I'll have a look at their desk, for example. If you have a look at their desk and there's a bunch of things all over the desk, that's usually an indication of what's going on in their mind. Or for example, if I want to, maybe do a bit of a quick audit on my friend, I will stop by at his house. And I'll just say, hey, buddy, can I have a look at your laptop quickly? I need to send a quick email. And if I open up his PC and I see, oh my word, there's, tons of tabs open on his browser and there are thousands of folders on his desktop, I kind of know where he is. Or if my friend tells me he's got a lot of problems and I take his phone and I see all these social media apps like, things like, you have Facebook, you have LinkedIn, you have Instagram, you have X, you have, TikTok, you have, Tinder. Okay, you have, and the list goes on and on and on. What was that other one? Snapchat. Yeah, there was something like that, right? I don't even know because I never even used any of these. I don't have Facebook. I have LinkedIn. I use Instagram for my family stuff. I have X, don't have TikTok, don't have Tinder, don't have Snapchat. You have YouTube. Some people have Discord. Okay, and the list goes on and on and on and on. How many do we have here? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And these are just some of the most common ones, right? There can be stuff out there that I don't even freaking know exists that are on people's phones. And this is a problem because the minute you open up the phone, you instantly get distracted. And the minute you go onto one of these platforms, you're even more distracted, right? And in a previous video, we spoke about our brainwaves and keeping our brainwaves, in a state of calmness. And this is just really so chaotic and all over the place. And if you honestly think that you can be successful without taking this into account, my friend, you are entirely wrong with that, right? Let's say you're busy working and you're trying to focus, and then you get a notification for Tinder, for example, and you have this chick who wants to meet up with you. Where do you think your attention is going to go? Do you think it's still going to be on your work, or do you think it's going to be on the woman who wants to meet with you? And this is just an example. It might be an extreme example, but this is an example of what happens every single day, right? So in the digital space, your phone might ring and take away your focus. And the problem is, you have all of this stuff open, and when you look at your digital environment, for example, and you have 1,000 tabs, you have all these things busy taking your attention, right? Your desktop over here, see if I can maybe draw a bit of a laptop over there, and you have all of these things. Let's just say, do this, boom, boom, boom. You have 10,000 folders over here. Your attention is going to each and every single one of these things, and you cannot operate like that, right? Your environment is super key to your focus, and you cannot multitask, right? The brain is extremely bad at multitasking. That's one thing it doesn't do very well. And when the brain tries to multitask, right, it actually lowers your efficiency, because the brain, what it's doing is, if you had if you had this was your brain, the brain is taking a thought, okay, it's thinking about it, it's pushing it to a place where it can solve a problem, and then it pushes it to the front of the head, and now you have another thought over here, and it's doing exactly the same thing, right? And it's always switching between these tasks and between these things. And when it does that, I mean, all your capabilities is over here, right? And it's in the front of the brain. And when you're trying to solve problems here in the front of the brain, so you're not going to be very efficient at doing it, right? You're using it like 5% or less of your brain capacity. So the brain is really, really bad at multitasking. It's not a thing that we can do really efficiently. And guys, another thing is, you must always remember that, okay, your environment, okay, will always beat willpower. Okay, you might think, hey, I don't have to come and start eliminating the folders. I need to take this away. If I've got browser tabs open, I need to start eliminating them. If I've got apps on my phone, I need to bring it down to maybe like 2 folders. So for me, I've got like 2, maybe 3 folders max on my computer, right? I'll have one with everything, okay, that I have. One, for one of my businesses, and another one for another one of my businesses. And if I'm busy with something, I might take a document out. I might, record this video and put it on my desktop, and then I might, do a thumbnail, and I'll have it there, and then I'll put that into another folder, and I'll put that folder into another folder. So then my entire desktop is completely clean. My mind is clean, because I understand that if I have a bunch of things over here, and then I have this sidebar with just like, tons of different things, my attention is getting taken away, right? And it doesn't help me focus on what I want to focus on. And in that sense, in the morning, my willpower might be super high, but as time goes on, my willpower starts to go down and starts to decrease. And, like, obviously it looks like this, right? So if time is at the bottom and willpower is over here, like as time in the morning, your willpower is extremely high, and as time goes on, it gets lower and lower and lower and lower and lower until the point where you've got low willpower, and because you've been using your brain, like firing all these neurons trying to multitask, you're losing energy over here, and you can never just finish one task. And this is also why it's important to go all in. Whenever you do anything, you need to go all in. Okay, like I say, the brain is really bad at multitasking. You cannot multitask. When you decide to do something, you need to do it, and you need to finish it, and you need to really optimize these things. When you look at the physical environment around you, if you want to be skinny and you want to have 6-pack abs, right? You can't have an environment in your cupboards, for example, in your kitchen, where you have like stashes of like chips and crisps and chocolates and all this shit that unhealthy people eat, and all these different sauces and seed oils and a whole bunch of unhealthy stuff. Because if that's the environment that you are in, you're not priming it for your success. Your environment will always trump your willpower. So when you are hungry and you want to go out snacking, because people are on autopilot, they've trained their brain so well, when they're hungry, right? Yeah, you get hungry, and hey, you want to eat, okay, you go to your kitchen, but now your kitchen's not primed for success, right? In your kitchen, okay, you maybe have, here's a list, right? You've got chocolate, okay, you've got chips, okay, you've got sodas, okay, you don't have nice spring water, you've got this really shit stuff, you've got all these like sauces and stuff. You go open your freezer, you've got like frozen pizza. Ugh. Okay, and all of the stuff that's really, really unhealthy for you. And I mean, look at your options. You open your fridge, you don't have like any salad options, right? No vegetables, no nothing. What are you going to eat, right? So in that sense, and also, I mean, let's say you do, okay? Let's put some, be more realistic over here. Okay, let's say you have an apple. Okay, let's say you have water. You're really hungry. You're thinking with your stomach, Okay, you're not thinking with your mind over here. Okay, you're thinking with your stomach. So I mean, out of these options, what are you going? What are you going to choose? You're going to go to your kitchen. You're not going to say, "Hey, look at that tomato, so yummy!" Like, I'm extremely hungry or I'm extremely thirsty. Are you going to go for the spring water, or are you going to go for the soda? Are you going to go for the apple and the tomato, or are you going to go for the chocolate and the chips? Okay, which is easier? You might not even freaking take the pizza because it takes time. And you want instant gratification because you have trained your brain for that, right? Instant dopamine hits. The modern day devil is cheap dopamine. All of this stuff over here, all of this shit, it's cheap dopamine, okay? And that's exactly what you've trained your brain for. So now, in that sense, your physical environment is not primed for success. And in your physical environment, you might keep your phone by you, right? Okay, now you've got this mix between your physical and your digital environment. Yeah, you're trying to work, okay? Your phone vibrates and your attention goes because you have not practiced how to focus and you've decided that you're not going to go all into something, right? And what happens is you then go and you take your phone and you become distracted because you have not trained your awareness, okay? You just don't catch yourself until it's too late. And the reason we train our awareness is because when we get the thought, we're aware that we have the thought and not even complete the thought, right? You don't want to complete the thought. And you haven't trained your focus on how to stay focused on a task. So then you start doom scrolling. You start on your phone and you catch yourself like 10, 20 minutes in and you're like, oh shit, like why am I here? Right? And you don't want to waste 10, 20 minutes of your productive time. And this is why, like when you go on your phone, okay, you want to have no notifications on your phone. Okay? So no notifications for any of this stuff. Okay, you want to go in here and you want to delete. You want to delete this shit. You don't want Discord, Facebook, none of this shit. Okay, you can have some of this stuff on your computer, and people might think that this is extreme, but this is what you need to be successful, right? Because you're living in a world full of cheap dopamine, and you don't want to let that enter into your environment. If you're working and you need Instagram to work, go on your computer on Instagram, okay? If you're using your phone, then maybe have the app, then log out afterwards, right? And don't follow stuff that you don't want to see. And there's apps that you can download on your computer that when you have your tab open, right? So yeah, you have your tab on your computer open, okay? Ideally, you just want one tab, right? And if you open another one, okay, you want to work with maybe like 2-3 tabs max. But you can download an extension that when you actually enter into the platform, let's say this is Instagram, okay, it might only show you, it's not going to show you your feed, or maybe even like YouTube, right? YouTube, and it might only show you the video, and it eliminates the description, it eliminates all these side videos over here on the side. When you load the home screen, you see no videos and it just gives you a search bar. Now you can go in and you can just look at that search bar and you can type in that search bar, hey, I want to look for XYZ, and then just watch the video, right? This is how you can start eliminating distractions and how you can curate your time and make sure that you can stay focused on your task. And you can find these extensions just going to Google and type in Chrome extension. You can use Chrome that blocks YouTube feed and YouTube description and stuff, and you'll find some pretty cool ones that will work in your country and work on your computer and so on and so forth. And then guys, you want to eliminate the stuff off of your phone, right? You can have your phone button, okay, obviously your camera, everything else, and then maybe have if it's important to you, if you're talking to your clients and stuff, maybe like one messaging app, like WhatsApp. Okay, that's another one we didn't add in here, right? Which is another distracting one. Okay, and you need to, there's 10 over there, look at that, of all the shit. Now you go on your phone and you run through these things, boom, 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 in order, right? You open your phone, and you see a notification from WhatsApp, you look at WhatsApp, then immediately you've got the notifications from YouTube, then you check YouTube, then you have a Snapchat thing, you check that, you got Tinder, you got TikTok, you then see someone on X who you follow posting a thing, and you go on there and you spend, some time on there. And I mean, if you're spending 10 minutes, that's 100 minutes, shit, like per thing. And you're not going to spend 10 minutes. Let's say you're going to spend like 30 minutes each, right? So, I mean, over here to here, it's 1 hour, 2, 3, 4, we've got 5 hours here that we're busy wasting. Okay, and if we only have 10 hours that we can really be productive, I mean, shit, right? That's a problem. And anyway, besides that, let's say there's 5 hours, we're putting it into the 6 hours that we spend so that we don't go crazy, right? I mean, you can really find better things to do with your time. Okay, so remember from a previous video, I said, let's say you sleep 8 hours and 6 hours you are spending doing shit that, makes you sane so that you don't lose your mind. Okay, rather be social. Don't go on Instagram and LinkedIn and all these platforms and talk to people, right? Actually go outside and talk to people. Go to the shop. Go chat to actual real life people. And that's better use of the 6 hours. But let's be honest, you're going to use the 6 hours fully, okay? Because what I did not write here is other apps that you have, Disney Plus, Hulu, Prime Video, Netflix, all this shit, right? And you're going to be spending that 6 hours probably binge watching crap, and then you're going to be spending this is going to be your work time, right? So yeah, you have like 14 hours, which means you only have 10 hours to do like real work, right? And in that 10 hours, you minus your 5, and now you've got another 5, okay, left. Do you think you can be successful in 5 hours? Do you think that you're going to be able to achieve your goals? That's 25 hours a week. That's hardly any time, right? And that is the thing. So I hope that this video makes a lot of sense. I hope that you can see the importance of environment and why it's important to prime your environment for success. Not just your physical environment, but your digital environment more. I would argue that it's more important to look after your digital environment, right? Because that right there is going to determine a lot. And then your physical environment, hey, am I sitting in a place with a lot of sun? Am I sitting near a window? Is there adequate airflow? Do I have plants? Is my air clean? Okay. Do I have distracting sounds around me? And then what you want to do is you just want to practice that muscle so that your focus doesn't get taken away and that you have all your energy in your brain, not switching between tasks. Remember, guys, go all in. You cannot multitask. The brain is bad at multitasking. It's either all in or it's nothing. Okay. Or it's nothing. It's all in or it's nothing. On that note, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in another video. Until then, bye-bye.